Alright, here we are at the Outlaw Star XGP-15A Tech 2. Let's get it taken apart here. Pull the arms off, okay? So here's Avontech Beam, Avontech Beam, Avontech Claw, Avontech Block. That's what the arms are. Avontech, Avontech, Avontech. So, mods required, Avontech. In the nose here, I've got some things hidden. So there's a shield. Here's your missiles. Here's your reactor. Here's your cargo. Here's your graph drive. And finally, fuel. All that was right there. Okay, take the bottom of the nose off. Oh, we've got the long-range Tiger Docker by Tiger Astrodynamics. Alright, let's go from the top here. This is Deimos and Deimos. Let's get these sides. So Deimos, 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 Deimos. Easy. Deimos bumpers, Deimos wings. I'll do this side. Deimos, Deimos. So that's wing, bumper, bumper, spine, 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 spine. And the spines are able to flip sideways because of better ship part flips. I'm able to glitch everything into each other with better, or no, with easier ship building. Those two mods. Okay, so then we've got our weapons. Okay. And I can delete the extra equipment plates. Whenever you put two sets of equipment plates with weapons on them on the same snap point, the weapons will automatically merge onto a single equipment plate. And then once you take that equipment plate off, you can delete the extras to save weight on your ship. But if you have mods on, saving weight doesn't matter. Alright, now you've got this much habitat space. You could do whatever pattern of habitats you want here. So, let's pick these up. And then on the bottom, you got these two habitats. Then your docker, screen door docker, went on that part of the habitat. I'll scroll underneath here. So that's where the docker went, the screen door. And that gets rid of the need for landing gears. That gives you enough space from the ground to put this bottom rocket on. We'll go over the back end here in a second. So here we have Nova, Nova, Nova. Okay. So there's the sections of your ship. Now let's take apart the tail here. These are the easy ones. Okay, we got engines. Now this and this attached to the back of that, you know. So let me set that out there. The most complex part of the ship. One is that we've got multiples here. Okay, so engines are stacked on top of each other. Now this setup here, this is the complicated part. Because you got this Avontech glowing part, two sets of engines, and then you got these equipment plates. And I can show you guys how to put all that together. And then here's your bracer. Holds it onto the engine right there. Now these bracers, to make them shorter, I'll show you what I've done. Let's go ahead and remove the engine. On the inside, look at what we've got going on. There's a bracer in the middle to support this bracer and that bracer so that you can snap them together. And then we've got Avontech blocks here. Let's see what's going on with that. So there we go, bracer, bracer, bracer vertically. And then we've got that same weird engine setup down here. And again, I'll show you how to put those together. There's those two equipment plates. Now look at this. Bracer, equipment plate, Avontech block, Avontech block, Avontech block, Avontech block. So the bracers are attached to this inside Avontech block. It's a stack of 4. Okay, we actually don't need that one. But yeah, 4 Avontech blocks with equipment plates on either side. And then when you snap these, I'll show you. It's a weird process. But there we go. It's taken apart. I'm going to go ahead and start the reassembly. So, you'll see the shape of the habitat. So we got 2x1, 1x1, 1x3, 2x1, 1x1, and Nova, Nova, Nova. For the mid-ship. The middle of the ship right there. Your docker goes on the upper side. Now you need this to support all of your hidden stuff right here. Now here's what I do. See how it's not automatically snapping? So it's at the exact right level. I could just sort of like place it a little bit off. Press A. Press the left bumper on my ship. That highlights the whole ship. And then I press A. And see how it's turned green? I have to press A one more time. And it's snapped. So let me get a little bit closer here for these tiny pieces. So we're going to do the same thing multiple times. Put it a little bit close. Highlight the ship with left bumper. Press A. Press A. Now it's getting close to that other piece. I'm going to move it down. There we go. Okay. So, highlight your ship. Press A. Same thing here. Place it close. Highlight the ship. Press A. That didn't work. It wasn't close enough. If it doesn't work, it wasn't close enough. Still. Alright. Going for a new method here. Snap first. Now if I want it there, put it exactly. And then press up. Press A. That worked. If you put it on the space, perfectly level, and then drag it to another space at that level, it'll be in exactly the right height, and then pressing up on the D-pad positions it exactly 1 grid unit away, which is the right amount of space to auto snap when you perform this function. Alright, hope that's not too complex. There we go, snap that on. Now the arms here, you just got the arm, and then you do your Avontech block, and then you take your beam, and you take your claw, and that's the arm. Get the connector here. Alright. Now, all these 1x1s are stacked on top of each other. It's like one big ladder that goes up the middle of the ship if you do it like that. Okay, there's the cockpit. Now, weaponry. Put these, I believe it's the 3rd snap point back on the 2nd level down. And I'll put this in one piece at a time so y'all can see. There's the wing. Bumper. Bumper. Now these spines, see how... Oh, okay, that actually is fine right there. That goes on the inside of that bumper. That connects to it to make a smooth line. Finally, we've got it going out a little bit to meet with the engine. Now this one I'm just going to highlight. Get the whole thing on there. We're going to save time. It's assembled in exactly the same way. Now we've got to finish off that line. Nova. Deimos. Deimos. Alright. Getting down to the engine, the hard part. So, as we know, we've got the 3 vertical beams. Let's see if we can get those right there. Then our engine can go there. Now, the hardest part is this. So, let me try to get this assembly put together and then position it inside the ship. I found it easiest for this part to assemble it first and then put it in. So, snap that on. You take it apart down to the middle 2 blocks, okay? So that those can snap on there. Then, see, what's going on here is that, let me get this first. The way to do this, just copy the block and keep positioning it until every space that you don't want is taken up. There we go. See how that's in the right spot now? Alright, so now we can go through and delete the extra blocks. If I can highlight them. There we go. Uno más, por favor. Oh my gosh, come on, come on, come on, come on. You gotta be kidding me. Let's highlight. Delete it. Okay. Now we got one more to go here. I'd rather go on top first. Usually that's easier. Yes, there we go. Okay. And then equipment plates go on the outside because those equipment plates snap to these snap points. And they hold the whole assembly on there. So I use left bumper to highlight the whole thing. Gonna get it over here. Try to get in those. Oh my gosh, there we go. So now our wings are exactly one space in to make them a little shorter so that they line up with those upper and lower wings better. Alright, minor detail, but we got it. We got it. Let's move on. Snap our engines on there. Alright, now we're moving on to these other parts. When your engine's in there, you can just copy it, press A, then highlight your ship, press A. Oh no. I'm going to keep doing that until these engines stop positioning themselves in weird places. So copy that, press A, highlight, press A. There we go. It turned green and moved just a little bit, which lets me know there's 2 engines right there. So I'll press back and get that back in there. Alright, now this part is actually a little bit easier than the last part we just did. So put your beam on top. After you get your beam on top, take your Avontech glowing wing mid. Put it right there. Now equipment plates go on either side. One there. One there. And now you have snap points for your engines. I put 2 so that it's like rounded on the sides and it looks like one engine. I mean, they're a little bit separated, but when you're flying it, it's hard to see. Now, if you run into an error saying that your components are below the docking bay, that's happening because of your Avontech blocks. Sometimes the Avontech blocks will glitch and they will produce invisible parts that go beneath the landing bay that will mess up your build. And you just have to, sometimes you have to go back and start over just to get that. Now this is going to be a little bit tricky since the Avontech blocks are already in there. Here's what you could do. Here's what you could do. Actually, let me see. What if I just take this out, get this assembly on here, like that, and then take this whole thing. Do we have it centered? No. We need it centered on that engine. See, Avontech blocks make it hard. Because look, all those little snap points they're trying to snap to. Okay, got it in. Right in the middle. That's it. It's nominal. There's the Outlaw Star. XGP-15A Tech 2. To enter into that landing bay, you just have to jump. Press A. I'm not going to do a walk through the inside because it's just empty habitats. I just did empty habitats. There's our cockpit glitched a little bit into this lower habitat. It is a little bit of clipping on the inside just because of the cockpit there, but that's it. That's the only clipping. And if you wanted to, you could not do a habitat unit there. You could just do bracers and you wouldn't even see it. Alright, we're going for takeoff. Here we go. Here we go. Quad engines.